What's up? It's day 59, a brand new haircut of mine. I'm gonna talk a bit about my new hairstyle, this new buzz cut at the end of this video. Still, I'm gonna continue to try to summarize the book, The Guide to Live the Good Life, about Stoicism to the best of my ability every single day, because I want to use it as a template to keep improving my speaking skills and lots of other factors in my communications. Let's move on to the main topic. The main concept of the book, The Guide to Live the Good Life, is about Stoicism as a philosophy of life. Its main purpose is to help us to live a life as fulfilling as possible, to avoid us to mislive. Its primary purpose is to help us to achieve a state of tranquility in our mind. That means that we would have less, the duration that we would experience our negative emotions would be way less than the usual average person. We will less likely to experience grief, regret, angriness, nervous, to feel like a victim in bad situation and take ownership over our own life. To achieve this kind of effect, so it's the book talk about 5 main concepts of Stoicism. I'm gonna list the name first. The first is negative visualization. The second is about self-denial. The third is about fatalism. The fourth is the economy of control. This should be the second, by the way. And the final one is about meditation. There's a sequence on this. Let's move on to the first one. It's about negative visualization. This technique is mainly about imagine we don't have the current items or the current relationships that we currently have. Maybe what would happen if I lose my arm? What would happen if I lose my ability to get food or drinks in several days? Things like that. It helps us to be more gratitude of our current daily life, especially in our modern day, in this modern era. And yeah, be gratitude of our life, and to avoid us from being ungrateful individual who get used to their luxurious. I'm gonna talk about this later though. Yeah, I should just say that it's this first technique, negative visualization, help us to be more gratitude of the things that we have in our life, thus make our life seems more fulfilling. The second technique is about the economy of control. It's mainly say that we should worry less about the thing that we don't have complete control over, like the political situation of the world, the other people opinions of us, the results of a competition that we participated in. We have a bit of control over that, but not much. Depends on our capability, so we shouldn't really feel nervous about that. The thing that we should worry and think more about is related to our efforts, our values, the values that we want to have in our character, our identity, and other kind of things that we could change, mostly in our mind. It's basically a change of perspective that would help tremendously for people who are often worries or nervous about unnecessary things. The third thing, that's still a bit too long. Yeah, I'm not concise enough. The the third thing is about self-denial. It's basically try to it's basically about try to avoid some sort of pleasure when we can and subject ourselves to healthy discomforts like going to the gym, for example, to prepare our mindsets, maybe to better prepare ourselves when problems or challenge appears in our life, and also to hone our mind to improve our willpower. Maybe that's about still really bad to summarize. The fourth the fourth technique is about fatalism. It's mostly related to stop feeling regrets or worry and having a series of endless what if questions. What if this changed? What if I tried harder? Kind of thing. We couldn't even like. It's basically applying the dichotomy of control technique, the second technique, to our perspective toward our past and our present. We couldn't really change the thing that happened in the past, so we better feeling content that we are still alive right now and learn the experience that has happened from the past and try to improve ourselves in the future. Yeah, that's fatalism. The final technique is about meditation. It's mostly about reflecting the interaction that we have with other people or with our own mind or our habits, our thoughts. It's not some kind of meditations in Buddhism or kind of thing. It's mostly about reflections. If we have successfully applied the technique that the book has mentioned, by applying these five techniques and have sufficient if mastery over them, we could indeed completely avoid tremendously reduce the angry that we would go through, the nervousness, the anxiety, the grief that we would go through, and way better equipped at dealing with difficult situations in life, such as experience through old age, getting insulted at by other people, being annoyed, facing difficult dilemma, those kind of stuff. I'm not being concise enough, so I couldn't really talk more about how Stoicism have changed my perspective and what I have learned from that, and what have I successfully adopted and applied to my daily life. Should be more concise. It's kind of hard because the book is long. Obviously, it's around more than 300 pages, so I found it hard to summarize all of that into basic content. Maybe I'm kind of disheartened because being more summarized means that the information that I gotta convey would be less and wouldn't really hold the entire concepts of the book, so it would be less accurate. Maybe I could be more concise with more general or more meaningful word. I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to a bit of a small talk. So yeah, I have a buzz cut. Obviously, it's not as attractive as the side parts, but it look way more fresh, on my. It's way more fresh and I mean it's clear. Like the long hair from my side parts doesn't annoy me anymore. I don't even have to worry about my face, about my hair. Usually, and also saved lots of time because long hair does make my hair skin, my scalp. Long hair does make my scalp give out more sweat. My that sounds so weird. My hair skin sweats sometimes and it's kinda uncomfortable by having the side parts in comparison to having a short, really short buzz cuts like this. Usually my total time of washing my hair and drying it costs around 15 minutes. But now with the buzz cuts, I only need around 1 or 2 minutes at most, and I don't even have to use a hair dryer. So that's a major convenience. I would keep track of that. I would keep track of this haircut and how that changed my schedule in my daily life, and also how other people treat me and their kind of opinion and perspective. But I'm most likely gonna keep this hairstyle because I kind of like it. I could also learn how to make this own haircuts, buzz cut on my own, and I wouldn't really have to go to the barber shop in the future. It would save a tons of time. Yeah, that's basically it for day 59. Also, yeah, the YouTube channel has reached more than 100 subscriber. Wow, thank you for your support, guys. I didn't even expect it to be. I didn't expect the channel to reach that much, that many subscribe. To has that many subscribe this early. So yeah, thank you. And thank you for listening if you have come to the end of this video. That's it.